Guys, I've been seeing this whole China thing, like how they swear everything is the same quality, same factory. I think they're lying to you. I used to be a gate girlie and fake it till you make it. The girls that spend too much money, they're just mad. They're just mad that you get the same bag for cheaper. Like, what? Make it make sense. Make it make sense. I think that y'all are just mad because you can't afford these things. You know, it goes both ways. It goes both ways, but okay, let's address the Chinese TikTok viral videos, shall we? So first things first, absolutely can see everybody's glee in believing that Hermes is produced in China. And yes, some bags that look like Hermes are produced in China. And when I say look like, I mean these people are creating the fakes.
My TikTok has been filled with nothing but Chinese manufacturers coming on here saying that they make all the products that are sold in luxury goods in Europe and China. I wasn't going to talk about it, but I've seen video after video of people who don't know enough about luxury manufacturing, leather manufacturing, and supply chains come on here and talk about it, and it baffles me. Those are not the bags that Chanel is selling. Do with that information what you will, just so you guys know propaganda works both ways. While China absolutely manufactures a slew of the products that we use, there are actual atelier companies that do actually produce their goods in-house in Europe, and it's particularly in a town in Spain that they do a lot of the leather manufacturing.
Some of you, but I'm seeing other people not understanding that these $6 Lululemon leggings are not real Lululemon leggings.
I would be absolutely livid if I was flown out to Dubai and had a bunch of men in my mouth only to later find out that my luxury bag was only worth $8.
Hey my people, Gracie here once again. Welcome back to the channel. I hope that from wherever you, my lovelies, are watching this from, you're doing all right and God has protected you and preserved you very well. I do appreciate all of you that keep supporting me on here, and of course a big shout out to my members for supporting exclusively through the membership perks. Guys, we have another interesting episode to look at today. People, or call them brand wars, are pressed because China is exposing this, and they are on the internet. They can't believe that China is almost about to spoil their, bubble. In fact, China already busted their bubbles, and they can't believe that they are going to be walking on the same grounds like all these other people. So they are coming out to say, oh, actually it is not the same quality. They actually produce better and all of that. And also we see people that are selling these bags also coming out. They're like, no, there's absolutely no way these are made by China, and our bags are made here. And of course, including, some of them releasing interviews right now, all of a sudden, of, factories that have 10 people, right? Producing all these luxury bags that are sold all over the world. Oh my goodness. They are about to go out of business. That is why the panic is there. But we are going to have to look at all these stitches together. We'll come back and talk about it. If you're landing on here for your very first time, don't forget to subscribe and let me know what you think in the comment section about these brand whores and how they're literally, crashing out, and the brands that are coming out to issue statements. Let's watch.
Okay, let's address the Chinese TikTok viral videos, shall we? So first things first, absolutely can see everybody's glee in believing that Hermes is produced in China. And yes, some bags that look like Hermes are produced in China. And when I say look like, I mean these people are creating the fakes. The factories that the guy stood in front of and all the stock that he stood in front of is clearly fake. And anybody who knows anything about Hermes can see that the bags are fake. People who don't know about the brand obviously are going to believe what's being said. However, he's very vague in what he says. He's talking about the production of making a bag that looks like an Hermes bag. He's not saying it is an Hermes bag, because he knows, as well as everybody else does who knows about Hermes, that Hermes is made in France, and they have, between different articles say different things, but 19 and 56 factories across 11 locations in France. They even have...
They showed a factory where most of these bags are made in France. And they only had about 10 workers, like 10 workers to produce all the loads that have to be sold all around the world, right? I see.
Training facilities in Australia and in a couple of other places in the world. So although China is now fighting back, as they should, why should they not? Let's not forget that there are some amazing products that come out of China. There are absolutely amazing products that come out of China, and the stigma that's always been attached to, oh, I hope it's not Chinese, is actually really disgusting, because they are at the forefront of production. And why should they be, you know, looked down on because they know how to produce things efficiently? They shouldn't. Some of the products that come out of China are absolutely amazing. However, they are not Hermes bags. And whilst he's talking about some high-end luxury brands produce their products in China, it gets shipped to Europe, and then the stamps are put on them, he doesn't mention Hermes. He actually doesn't mention any brands. He says brands like. So he's not saying, this is where it's so important to know the English language, the nuances of the English language, and to understand it fully, because English was my forte. And I pick up on the tiniest little detail that other people miss out on. So all it takes is for him to say one word for him not to get sued.
I read one of the comments on here, and there's someone that said, no, honey, I used to work in logistics for Harms, where I coordinated shipment pickups from China. The shipments included leather goods, hardware, and semi-finished products. Facts are facts. I don't know why these people are in denial, and they have been ripping people off money, like seriously. And they still want to continue ripping people off money because of simply a logo? Like, seriously? Anyways, let's keep watching.
My TikTok has been filled with nothing but Chinese manufacturers coming on here saying that they make all the products that are sold in luxury goods in Europe and China. I wasn't going to talk about it, but I've seen video after video of people who don't know enough about luxury manufacturing, leather manufacturing, and supply chains come on here and talk about it, and it baffles me. There's a guy that came on here and showed a bunch of replica Birkins, and everybody's like, well, they must be making Birkins because the bag he showed is a Birkin. They have always sold high-end replicas. I'm friends with a lot of rich people. I have a lot of wealthy women friends that have a lot of bags and don't want to get robbed. There are high-end replica sellers in China. There have always been. And a lot of my friends, when they're going places, they don't want to wear their real stuff. They have purchased high-end Chanel and Hermes bags, and they wear those bags. And because they're wealthy, no one will ever question them. Those are not the bags that Hermes is selling. Those are not the bags that Chanel is selling. Do with that information what you will. Just so you guys know, propaganda works both ways. While China absolutely manufactures a slew of the products that we use, there are actual atelier companies that do actually produce their goods in-house in Europe. And it's particularly in a town in Spain that they do a lot of the leather manufacturing. A lot of the leather does come from Africa. A lot of the exotics come from Kano, Nigeria. China does a lot of the supply for that. But a lot of these videos we're seeing are just not true. I used to live in Thailand, and when I lived there, I went to China, I went to Vietnam. I went to a lot of places that manufacturing is done. For example, in Vietnam, they have several streets in Hanoi with the names of like Sunglass Street, Sneaker Street, Bag Street, and a lot of the factories produce stuff there. And while some may steal materials from the factory, these are the high-end replicas. They steal material and they replicate the bag. That's not what's being sold in the store. Okay? Thank you. There's a lot of experts on TikTok that aren't experts, that just ride the wave for views. But yeah, propaganda works both ways. China's not some utopia that has all the things that we need. These are the DH Gate people that are stealing material from the factory and making high-end replicas, especially that Hermes video. You guys got to do better.
I'm gonna pick one. My new baby. Guys, I've been seeing this whole China thing, like how they swear everything is the same quality, same factory. I think they're lying to you. Like, okay, it might be very easy to like dupe bag, you know, if you know how to stitch. You might be able to make this bag at home. You know what I mean? Same quality, same products. No, you can't tell me otherwise, because I used to be a gate girly and you know, fake it till you make it. No, I got so many things that were like so bad, and I see like two different sides. Like, okay, the girls that spend too much money, they're just mad. They're just mad that you get the same bag for cheaper. Like, what? Make it make sense. Make it make sense. I think that y'all are just mad because you can't afford these things. You know, it goes both ways. It goes both ways. But I do not think Louis Vuitton DHK is the same quality. Like, even the dust bags, they don't look like this. Those little papers, the paperwork that you be getting, it doesn't look like this. It doesn't. Like, it literally, even the paper is better. I don't understand. Guys, look at this. Look at this. Oh, I was about to say, where's the strap at? Because this is a big strap. My phone almost fell. Look at this. You find me something that looks like this on DHK, because you really can't. The smell, like, it's like a brand new shoe, brand new leather, brand new. When I used to get my bags from China, they did not smell like that. I got rid of all my bags, and you know, like, I think a real baddie is not gonna wear a fake bag, but that's just me. You let me know. Find this on DHgate. But I can spot a fake Louis a mile away. The stitching, the quality, cannot tell me it's the same. And the matching denim mules. I already unboxed these, but look, guys, it matches. Like, I think if you can't afford it, don't get the dupe. Just wait until you can't afford it. You know, it's not everyone's time. When it's your time, you will know.
Buying fake designer bags still makes no sense to me, regardless of what this man's saying. And the reasons why I say that is I've seen a lot of fake designer bags in my time, and there's always something off about it, whether it's the stitching, it's just the gold hardware might be different. Look at the Louis Vuitton Alma BB bag, for example. With that bag, you've got so much fakes out there. And one thing I've seen across all the fakes is that the stitching is off. The gold...
Girl, sit down with all this shit. You're missing the point. The point is, these designers have been putting curtains over your eyes that you think that you're buying something from Italy or from France and that it means more, when they're all using the same manufacturers. They're all being made in China, and then the final steps are being made in these European countries. It is the same exact quality. Certain qualities might be a little bit better depending on what Louis Vuitton is willing to pay. But a lot of times it's no different than the shit on DHgate or on other websites. So let's finish hearing what she has to say. She's obviously a label whore, and it's okay, nothing wrong with that. But you're missing the point of why these people are coming out, sis.
Old hardware, the gold on the zips is off. Where the Louis Vuitton placement is off. And even if you get past those checks, cool, the bags look the same. You know, I don't even know why people need to buy fake designer bag. Just buy regular bags that don't have any designers attached to them. You can literally buy a nice leather bag that has no designer brand on it. Do you know what I mean? Buying fake designer bags to me is absolutely ridiculous, but cool.
But why are you pressed, though? Why are you mad about how people want to spend their money? You tell people to mind their business when you shell out $5,000 for a bag and you're like, oh, that's expensive. Oh, I can spend my money how I want to. If they want to spend $50 for a bag that looks like your $5,000 bag, let them do them, poo.
Cool. I digress. We pass all those checks and the stitching looks the same and everything looks perfectly fine. But when you want to resell that bag, because I'm a businesswoman, yeah? When you want to resell that bag, what value does it have to resell? Tell me. Because I can resell my bags any single day, any day of the week, and I could...
Well, at this point in time, with all the tea that's being spilled, you're going to have a harder time selling those bags in resale. Because again, now that the truth is coming out to, I guess, a vast majority of social media, who is going to pay you what you think your bag is worth when it's made in the same factory as a DHgate bag? Nobody's going to pay that. Nobody's going to be coming out of pocket to pay $38,000 for a Hermes bag when they're finding out everything is made in the same factory and it only costs $1,400 to make. So this is definitely going to affect the resale market. And it seems like this is why she's upset or maybe feel away, because she resells bags and it might, clearly affect her business, unfortunately.
I could get something out of them. But when you spend a £500 or £400 on an amazing fake, guess what? It's still fake. So you can't resell it. You can't do anything with it. So that money's gone. So guys, just use your common sense, honestly. I'm tired of seeing people investing in fake things. Just buy some normal shit. Aldo's got some nice bags. Primark's got some good stuff. Shein's got some amazing bits and bobs. There's nothing wrong with that.
I like her accent. Bits and bobs. I like her accent. It's cute.
But what I do find something wrong with is people encouraging others to buy fake designer. I'll never be with it, because to me it just screams insecurity. It screams that you can't buy something, but then you're forcing yourself to create a narrative that you can live a certain lifestyle, if you know what I mean. But yeah, that's just my 2 pence anyways.
No, you cannot get a Louis Vuitton handbag directly from the manufacturer in China at a fraction of the cost. As a business journalist, my misinformation spidey senses have been tingling all over the place since these Chinese manufacturing TikToks have been going viral. This may have been obvious to some of you, but I'm seeing other people not understanding that these $6 Lululemon leggings are not real Lululemon leggings. You might have seen a video from Lula Sourcing China talking about how there are 2 factories in China that supply Lululemon with their leggings. This creator has since deleted that video, and Lululemon has come out refuting the claims made in that video. In fact, if you take a look at the Lululemon suppliers list, which I'm flashing on screen here, none of the factories mentioned in that original video are even suppliers of Lululemons. To make this very clear, you are getting sent to websites that are selling dupes, or what a lot of people would call counterfeit goods. You are not getting an actual Birkin bag for a third of the cost. Just think about it. Any manufacturer for luxury brands would have to sign a lot of NDAs and wouldn't be able to disclose information like this on TikTok. I also see another piece of misinformation happening about this conversation, which is that you can get around the impact of tariffs by buying directly from these manufacturers. And my sources tell me this is also not true. No matter what, if these tariffs stay in place, you are going to be impacted by them. A lot of these tariffs are slapped on at ports, and they don't care whether you got the goods directly from a manufacturer in China or from the brand itself. They just know this is a good being imported from China, and we are putting a tariff on it. But why is it that all of this stuff is so expensive when it gets to us? Because I think that's at the heart of this conversation. Why are we seeing the things like laundry pods be sold for $1 on a Chinese manufacturer's website, and for us here in the United States, they're $20? Brands would say it's a combination of things. Quality control, name recognition, the brand itself is worth something, so that includes, in some cases, up to a 30% surcharge just for the brand recognition. That final price also accounting for shipping costs when you're shipping stuff back and forth, especially if you're doing the final assembly and labeling in a place like Europe so that you can slap a Made in France sticker on it. And some consumers are frustrated that they have to pay so much more for that additional stuff that I just mentioned. For my part, I just want to keep you informed about where you're buying stuff and what you're going to get.
So the private label and licensing business is about a brand saying to X manufacturer, usually in China, we want to order these items and we're going to put our label and brand on them. Typically, they design them and they get this manufacturer to make this product. So when you find out exactly who's making Skims, which happened like over a year ago on this app, or I guess Lululemon, or anything, it could be sauce, it could be Charlotte Tilbury's Squeezy Blush, it could be Paris Hilton's fragrance, Michael Kors sunglasses, anything. The originator was the brand that innovated it, put their label on it, had someone else make it for them. Then you sort of want to deconstruct this and go back and find out who's manufacturing it and what it costs to manufacture. But frankly, it's usually the brand that has commissioned this product. So it's a circular reference. So the problem lies with the major brands, the Dior's that people find out have a bag that cost $75 to make, that costs $6,000 to buy, and then Chanel bags are $12,000 to $20,000, and you know because there are super fakes that people cannot tell the difference, and those are hundreds of dollars. So if there's super fakes and people cannot tell the difference, even experts, that means that it can't cost that much more than hundreds of dollars to make bags that are charging $12,000. But brands even like Chanel, Dior, they are creating experiences, real estate experiences. That's not free. You walk in there, not unlike walking into a restaurant and wanting to have the $32 truffle pasta, where the box of pasta was 99 cents to make. Probably cost, a couple of dollars to make. So you can't do this. You can't break it all down. You just decide what is too much. Yes, is $12,000 too much for a bag that costs $75 to make? Yes, but that is your own choice. You did this. We did this. It happens in every single area, including jewelry, food, makeup. It happens everywhere. Furniture. When you go to buy a house, you could ask the contractor how much it actually costs to do the work, but he's certainly not going to tell you, he or she. You're going to overpay dearly because that person is paying for their business, their lawyers, their trademarks, their assistant, their truck, their liability, all of it. So this is real big girl business. You guys can't be acting like babies.
I am about to crash out. Seriously, I'm crashing out. China, they on our ass. Let me tell you something. Y'all see all these damn bags that I have? Okay? These are the bags they're talking about. Like, I have a Birkin, a Fendi, a Louis. I've never even used this bag yet. A Chanel, Louis, Fendi, Chanel, Gucci, Louis. And you're telling me what I have spent on all these bags, I could have went to China and got them and not spent all this money? China? I'm coming. But let me just show you all the bags that I actually really have. Look at this. Jack Moose, Louis, Hermes, Louis, Dior, 3 Chanels, Fendi. Why is that? Chanel, Louis, Chanel, Louis, Gucci, Chanel. All of this stuff that I spent my hard-earned money on, all of this, are you freaking telling me that I overpaid for all of this shit? Let me go on Expedia or wherever and find me an airline ticket to China because I'm coming. I'm coming to see y'all. Look for me. And I also want to add that this Louis wallet, it legit say made in France. Made in France. I am now checking all my shit. China. I'm coming.
I would be absolutely livid if I was flown out to Dubai and had a bunch of men shit in my mouth only to later find out that my luxury bag was only worth $8.
Bitch, that's the point. I'm going back to Dubai and shitting back on everybody, bruv. In fact,
I got a friend that's lactose intolerant. I'm going to give good sis some milk. No, fuck it, yo. Oh, that's a violation. Nah, when you actually deep it, my girl and went to Dubai and a nigga shot in your mouth for £8. Listen, nah, everybody can die that day. Are you taking the piss, bruv? Nah, bruv. You really got shot on for £8? Get the fuck out of here.
So here's a message to Louis Vuitton, Prada, Gucci, and every company that's claiming that China's lying about manufacturing everything in China for you. Prove it to the consumer. Walk into your factory in France and show us a massive factory with hundreds of workers, if not thousands, and show us that they're all starting from the beginning process, okay? Meaning from the very beginning, from the first stitch, from the first cut of cloth or leather. Show us. And I bet you can't, because you're lying. Because the laws, the way they're set up now, as long as 70% or 80% of the goods are built in China and then they ship it to you in France and you finish the last 20 or 30%, you could staple it as made in France. But the consumers now know. So just know that if you're watching this video, it's 100% true. It's all being made in China, and then they're ripping you off. So just don't buy from them anymore and buy from China.
For everybody that used to be mad at the girlies doing their DH gate hauls, to the front, to the front, to the front, to the front. Listen, China been on TikTok exposing your favorite brands. All the Lulu girls with the Lulu on your butt, to the front. I've seen so many videos of these girls that be spending thousands of dollars, mad at girls that spend a good little $50, $60, $100 here and there for the exact same bag. And some of y'all be like, I can tell immediately. Can you? I'm sure even in the worlds of fakes, there are levels to this shit, right? But for years, we all know Nike has sweatshops. All of these other companies, they have sweatshops. And where do y'all think the sweatshops are? Y'all talking shit about Shein, but it's the same fucking quality as Louis Vuitton. Louis Vuitton. Same factory. We've been saying it for years. It's coming from the same manufacturers. It's coming from the same manufacturers. And y'all are like, no, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. This is made in France. It's made in Beijing. They just take it over there right before it's finished, and they slap a little finishing touches on it and say, made in France, and y'all shell out thousands of dollars. And hey. Once again, I'm not against buying what you want, but this goes down to let people buy what they want. If someone wants the look of something, even if they like the look of the fucking logo, and they said, but I ain't paying $12,000 for it, because it's not worth $12,000. Sometimes I just want y'all to admit that y'all just like the name. Y'all just want the brand. Y'all just want people to think that you have money. You don't want it because it looks good, because a lot of times, a lot of y'all be throwing on designer from head to toe and look a fucking mess. Look a mess. Oh, you know how much this fit worth? I don't care. It look like shit. It look like shit. And I swear, sometimes I feel like these designers be doing this shit on purpose. They like, look, we finna make the ugliest fucking outfit called $5,000. Watch, they gonna buy it. And y'all buy it. And y'all literally buy it. When Kanye dropped his hobo collection, y'all was, oh my God, this is so futuristic and amazing. Post-apocalyptic fashions. Y'all talk shit about people that wearing Skechers, but y'all got on them big ass, bulky ass, fucking Bottega shoes, walking around looking clunky with skinny jeans on, and they have the nerve to talk about, man, you know how much I put that shit on. China said, since y'all bitches want to play with us, we finna expose you hoes. DJ T done fucked up everybody. Like, all of these companies finna be hot. I know all of these fucking luxury brands is in a group chat right now. Like, get this bitch out of here. Get him out of here. He is fucking it up for everybody. And China also said, by the way, we're going to make it easy for you to get a visa to come over here for 10 days. And you can just come buy this shit tax-free. No tariff. Not for you, baby. Not for you, baby. They haggling like, I don't know if you've ever been to China. Well, I've never been to mainland China. I've only been to Hong Kong. But I'm sure it's, relatively same type of like, culture. And this is the haggling they be giving you. Like, listen, don't tariff. No tariff for you. No tariff for you, pretty girl. No tariff for you. Okay, don't even worry about it. Just come buy the bag. Come buy the bag. Listen, I've been. Okay, what's the street called? I don't know. I can't remember because I haven't been there. But there's this alley where they have all the designer stuff in Hong Kong. All my Navy people know what I'm talking about. All my Navy people know what I'm talking about. Yeah. All right now.
I cannot tell you how much I am enjoying all of this back and forth discourse on TikTok regarding luxury goods and where they're actually made. I've been screaming this forever. Even if I was a billionaire, do not believe that I would spend the money on luxury goods. And I'll tell you why. I've known this about China and how they produce a majority of the luxury goods for years. I worked for a major fashion women's retailer. I worked at their headquarters for 22 years. Most all of our products were made overseas in China. I had lots of dealings with different vendors, and this is the way business is done. China is cheap labor. If you think your luxury goods are any different, they're just not. You have been brainwashed. This is why I really have to hold my tongue sometimes when I see people come on and bash the Yellow App girlies that are, putting their links, like myself. Like I purchase from the Yellow App quite often. And the reason I purchase is because I know from years of experience, I know that the handbag quality, that the quality of the leather, that the quality is the same. Now, are there some bad ones? Yes, absolutely. Do you have to be discerning and do your homework and do your research and purchase from reputable sellers? Yes. But don't ever come for the Yellow App girlies, because we know, and we've been knowing this secret for a very long time. There is no need, there is no sense in spending and soaking thousands of dollars. And I see some of these young girls that are taking entire savings, or they're going through Afterpay and doing these huge payments on bags that cost thousands of dollars that are no better quality than the ones you can get direct from China. Don't be fooled by these luxury corporations. If you want to spend thousands of dollars on something, go put it into yourself, put it into your body, put it into a trip. Take a cruise, go somewhere, go to Italy. Do the things that really are worth the money, because I can tell you right now, those designer bags are not it, girls. They're not it. You would be shocked.
Law 10, never reveal your real identity.
So I am loving these celebrity interviews that are starting to pop up now, where they're responding to the whole luxury market imploding. And they're saying, oh no, we wouldn't carry these bags if, we weren't believing that they were made in Italy, taken care of in the right way. You do realize that those celebrities are paid to carry those bags. They're paid because we pay those exorbitantly high prices to carry those bags. Well, I don't. It's just silly. The luxury market is fueled on the fact that you think that you want to have a certain status by carrying something or driving a certain car or having something that you think would do you good in society, when in actuality it really does nothing except elevate your own ego. That's why I'm loving China revealing all the secrets that are out there about the luxury market, because I've known this to be true a very long time, and frankly, now everybody's in panic mode trying to save companies' faces, which isn't going to happen. The door's open, people's eyes are wide open, and those who already knew it, good on you. Don't belittle those who didn't know, because frankly, it's another form of marketing. that's what this country is. It's a number of marketing scams, and luxury is yet another aspect of it. Now, is there benefits to the luxury market? Sure. Especially if it gets you a certain look and a certain feel in a certain company, but spending those prices on a daily basis just doesn't make any sense.
Does anybody have the Louis Vuitton from China and a Louis Vuitton that they got at the designer store? Because I need to see a side-by-side. I have to know if there's any discrepancies or any differences, or is it the exact same thing? Because I'm starting to feel ripped the fuck off right now. I got a closet full of this shit that I paid thousands for. And you're telling me it's all been made in China and I could have just gone straight to China and gotten this shit? It just can't be the same. It cannot be the same. And if it is, damn, we all got fucking played. Well, not all of us, but a lot of us. Seriously, please don't tell me I got played. I refuse to believe that there's no difference.
I'm not against buying anything from DHgate. I go to actual stores and buy things as well. So this one, like I said, came from Louis Vuitton, Rodeo Drive, 2017. So this is older, it's vintage, it's darker. It's darker because I wear it. I wear it on my body. My body has oils, natural oils, lotions, all of that. It goes in the sun. The sun makes it darker. The oils makes it darker. Elements makes it darker. That's the reason why it's darker. If you look at the video that I'm tagging this comment on, I'm showing a purse from the fence, the gate, or whatever you want to call it, and it's lighter. The bags come like that. You have to darken it. You can sit it in the sun or whatever the case may be. Now, this is a real one. This is not. I've had this one for about 3 years. This is a bum bag, okay? I just pulled it out, right? And as you can tell, this one is darker too. Why? Why would you say it's darker? Because I wear it every now and then. And so body oils makes it darker. Don't it look good? It's getting patinaed. So it's getting darker. They're not the same color, but if I continuously wear this one, it's going to look like this one. And then look at everything. And I want you guys to understand that Louis Vuitton makes subtle changes to their items every year. So even though this bag looks like this, the 2025 version of this bag is going to be slightly different than the 2017 version. They're not going to look the same. So I also want you to understand that too. And this is canvas. This is leather. Leather darkens, canvas, it kind of darkens, but not like leather.
Let's play a game. Real, fake. I got this in 2021 when I was in Miami at the LV boutique in the Aventura Mall. And this one, again, is real. Cost about $2,000. It's the first time spending my money buying a bag. This one is fake. It came from China. Probably about 7 or 8 years ago. A while ago, I know, and it's like I haven't used it at all, as you see. I think I might have ordered it for someone. I can't remember. Either way, so let's go over some of the hardware and some of the stuff on the real one, and then we'll compare it to the fake one to see if we can tell a difference, okay? Let's lay this shit to rest. All right. So, again, the real one. Slide up and slide down. And one of the sales associates at the boutique told me that they can spot a real from a fake because at first when you buy this, it's not this tan. It's a lot paler. So once the sun hits it, it does get a little bit darker. That's what I was told. All right, so you can see that it says Louis Vuitton. It says that on there. You can see that. That's one place. It says that on all of them. Right there, right there, right there. And let's look on the inside. I'm about to turn this bitch inside out for y'all. So we have this on the real one. Passports in here. I'm going to leave that there because if I move it, I'm going to lose it. Let's look at the zipper detail on this part. Let's look at this. It says LV on it on both sides, okay? And as y'all know, the never full bag, it doesn't close. But I treat this bag like a regular bag. Go in your room. Unfortunately. So this, I can do it like this, but this part is broke. I need to go get it repaired. I just never think about it. Okay, but it says LV right there, and it says LV right there as well. And also, even on these, on the inside, it says Louis Vuitton. On all those on the inside. And this is what it looks like on the inside. Again, I have not taken great care of it because I use it a lot, especially when I travel. That's what it looks like on the bottom. And it did come with a case, not a case, a pouch similar to this, but it had this, it looked like the bag itself, but someone broke in my car about 7 or 8 months ago, and I was using this religiously. And I had it sitting on my seat, and that's probably why they busted my fucking window, but they took the one like this, unfortunately, so I no longer have that. I wasn't even using the purse that much. I was using the little clutch thing. Okay, that's the real one. And for it being so old and so used, it's in good condition still. Like the stitching, if you see the stitching, I would say it's still in really good condition, considering this is not anything that I take care of. I don't put it in the, I have the original box and shit, but I don't care. This is nothing I've taken care of. Now for the fake one. All right, so this is the fake one. I don't know. It seems to be a little bit more shiny. I don't know. It sounds the same to me. All right, so again, I hadn't even used this. I'm really thinking I got it for someone and they just never bought it or changed their mind when it arrived, maybe. Okay, but this is, this color, this pattern is known for Louis Vuitton. All right, let's look on the hardware. It says right there, Louis Vuitton. The font looks the exact same to me. This is still in like new condition just because I haven't taken it out. It says it right there. Louis Vuitton. Let's look on the inside. This is, man, I could do a better job than this, I know. But this is what it says. It looks pretty good to me, okay? Let's look at the zipper. Remember the zipper? It says LV on it. I think maybe this one looks a little bit different from the other one. Okay, or maybe not. It's on both sides, just like the one that's real. All right. And this is what it looks like on the inside. It looks good to me. Also, on the inside, on the internal hardware pieces that match the outside, it's also on there, Louis Vuitton. I am not an expert. This is nothing that I don't claim to be an expert. Here is the buckle thing. Now it says Louis Vuitton or LV right there. It says it on both sides. And I hadn't used that. It was a little stiff. Okay, so it's holding. It works. All right, and let's look at the stitching. Let's compare stitching. We got a little piece kind of flying away right there. Overall, it's close. it would have fooled me. It says Louis Vuitton right there on the hardware. Look at the bottom of the bag. Oh, what is that? From the stitching, I guess. It's on the bottom though. And then again, mine got stolen, unfortunately. But this is what you would put around the zipper and carry it as a clutch. Like, my band on mine was worn out, okay? It was almost this color because I used it every single day. I loved it. I'm gonna have to go get another one. All right, and this is what it says on this one. You see, it says Louis Vuitton. All right, so I'm not an expert. Someone who is an expert, like, tell me what should we be looking for? What should I be looking for? I am not a bag verifying lady, so I don't know like where the serial numbers are. It says articles. Hell, it says the same thing. Now, this is what I'm saying. If you're getting it for looks alone, if you're not intending to pass your shit down to your kids, if you're not considering to take care of it and uphold the resale value in case you ever need to resell or pass it down to your children, if you're really just in it for the looks and the aesthetics, then why not save your money? There's nothing wrong with that, I don't think, in my opinion. I do think the stitching is better on the real one, but it honestly wasn't bad on the fake one. The bottom part did look different, but overall, that fake bag looks good, okay? And that fake bag was like $35. 2 bands after it was all said and done with, okay? Yes, baby. What? A video, are you okay? They don't want nothing, I promise they don't. Okay, but, oh, and then on the inside, it says Louis Vuitton Paris, right there. Does it say Louis Vuitton China? No, it says Louis Vuitton Paris. So I don't know what to look for. I'm sure there's a serial number or something somewhere, but the fake looks good. Okay, it looks good to me.
Come on, none of it's true. None of it's true. It's BS. They made it up. They lie.
If you don't know all the tea that's going on with the Chinese manufacturers, I'm going to let you know. I got a new Chanel. They got their lick back. That's what you need to know. Also, I would like a public apology because I already told y'all all of this stuff is the same. China done upped it and exposed everything. But I want y'all to be careful when y'all buying things because everything is not designer and top quality. And boys, some of that stuff is not always the best. You guys got to understand, some of these sellers, there's hundreds of thousands of different sellers. And some of them don't have the best quality. I get all my bags from Ultra Collection. One runs for about $300, but this is the 10A quality. So this is literally, you could almost take this shit to the Chanel store and even the Chanel people won't know, baby. This is the same shit. Oh my God, y'all. Look at the fucking details, yo. Everything about this bag is high quality. Look at how good the stitching is. All of the emblems, the Chanel. Y'all are not taking advantage of this whole thing going on in China. Crazy. I have this in my bio. Go under designer finds. It's under Ultra Collection. We'll have the direct link to this bag. Nobody's gonna know.
So Louis Vuitton have released a video. They have released a video. Like, I didn't even know they were on TikTok. So they have released a video and they have showed something. It was just like a fabric with the Louis Vuitton stuff being stretched and measured. And then again, a hammer. But they did not show a single person working on the bag. I'm assuming that those bags are made by actual humans. They did not show that on the video. What they showed is just the stretching of the fabric, okay, and the hardware, and a hammer just hammering. So I am hopeful that their bags are made by humans. You have been caught so badly. My God. Like, literally, you have made so much money letting us know that there was, I don't know, there was some French person just making all this stuff and you were selling your bag for £1,500 because people believed that there was someone sweating behind somewhere in Paris making those bags. And then it turns out that there were actual people sweating in China. Seriously, guys? Is that the best that you can do? Like, listen, all people are looking for is proof that you actually make your stuff. It's all you have to do. All you need to do is take your iPhone and just go round your factories, film people actually working on your bags, and then we will believe you, and then people will continue shopping in your shops. But for as long as you're doing this cryptic stuff, it just ain't gonna cut it, okay? You have been rambled, taking advantage of people, selling the same old stuff that they're selling in China, and you were telling us that it was highbrow stuff, so that we had to trek all the way to Selfridges to buy a bag for £1,500. Turns out, in Guangdong or some other place in China, yeah, show us your factories. That's all we want. Factories, factories, factories.
You're telling me people are just finding out that everything is made in China? This is why Americans need to travel, okay? Because they think they're the center of the world, and they think everybody else is struggling, when in fact, it's vice versa. If you go on TikTok right now, you'll see that all these Chinese suppliers are telling you exactly where all your stuff are made from for a fraction of the price. You see that little Birkin that you guys are waving around? Oh, I got me a Birkin, 30,000. China said no. $1,500, Habibi. Salam alaikum. Wake up, people. Wake up.
Why don't you wear designer stuff?
Oh, because designer companies just repackage Chinese goods and charge 1,000% more.
But you're a millionaire. Surely you want better quality stuff.
Oh, give me a break. Prada charge over $1,000 for a handbag, and you can get exactly the same bag for $50 from the factory.
So why are they so expensive?
Because they're not selling the item. They're selling self-worth to people that don't have any.
Listen, I don't care where the bag is being made. If it's being made from China, Italy, France, Africa, I don't care. As long as the quality of the bag that I'm receiving is good. Okay? Shoot, you can make it in the USA. I don't care. But I just want my quality to be good. That's all I want. Hello. 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 And if the quality is good, honey, I am happy. Okay. Look at that. Honey, you can't, listen. They better. They better. Look at that. I don't care where the bag is made, honey. Shoot, make it in Morocco. I don't care. As long as you make the bag with quality and craftsmanship and make it like you got some sense. Hello. Hello. And ship it to me like you mean it. Hello. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, baby. I know you can't see in there, but it's good, child. Look at that. Look at that, honey. Make it in your basement. I don't care. As long as you're using good materials. Woo, child. That's all I'm talking about. Go on ahead, China. Keep doing your thing. Hello. Hello. Come on now. Hello. Hello. Come on now. Hello. Come on now. Come on. Come. I don't care how you get here. Get help when you can. Child, hello. Come on. Girls, I know you like that. Look at that. Come on now. Yes, honey. Yes, this is the bag, honey. Yes, honey. Yes. Get into it. Get into it. Get into it.
As a girl who has spent over $100,000 on luxury bags and Prada, Gucci, Louis, all of that, a lot of you guys have asked us all the same questions. How do we feel about China coming about and telling everyone that these bags are realistically $20, $50? How do I feel? Stupid. Like, this was dumb. Like, I want my money back. No, I'm fucking with y'all. I'm a Canal Street girlie. Okay, shout out to Amber, who be putting the girls on some DA packs. Okay, I want to tag her for y'all. Okay, but I'm just letting y'all know, if y'all need the links, Amber's who you get it from. Shout out to Amber. We love you, Amber. Give us all the tea. Tell us the tea. That's all I gotta say. That's all I gotta say, because we're spending our money on property. No, I'm not doing it.
They said Louis Vuitton responded to the Chinese. Where's the video? Because somebody tagged me in the video where Louis Vuitton is responding to the Chinese, because they said that's not true. Somebody put the Michael Jackson video up there. None of it's true. It's lies. They made it up. Can somebody tell me? Show me the video where Louis Vuitton is showing their factory, showing that China lied on them.
When that Chinese man got on his app and said all the luxury items are made in China and they only go to Italy to have the tag put on it, the designer tag, and once that designer tag is put on it, now it can say made in Italy, because only that small little percentage was actually made in Italy, but that's all it takes to say made in Italy. Now it makes it over here to our designer boutiques, and we're spending thousands upon thousands of dollars for something that was in fact made in China, not Italy. I don't care how much you're spending on the thing. Chances are it is coming from China. The only part that was actually made in Italy was when they put the designer tag on there. And this is why the wealthiest of wealthy people buy inspired by items. Why? Why would you spend the whole thing? Listen, I did a whole series on Birkins, and in one of the, you can see it in my like viral things I have pinned up there, but one of the videos was talking about the Birkin sort of like Tupperware party that all the wealthy Upper East Side women in New York have. They're not spending money on real Birkins. They're not shucking and jiving for Birkin. They call the people over in China and get the same. Yeah, so if you know, you know that people actually have Birkin connects direct to manufacturer. And that's how they're getting them made. But the wealthy people, the people who are not like going through the foolishness of the Birkin game, the people who could care less because they don't need to look rich, they're actually not trying to look rich because they are wealthy. That's the difference. Those are the people I'm talking about. But y'all,
as a fashion design major, and I have a degree in fashion design, I'm absolutely loving y'all crash out and lose y'all mind over these luxury brands that have been bullshitting you for centuries. Once I went to school and I learned that most of these luxury items are made in China or overseas and then finished in a European country, I was like, I'm never spending the money on a bag ever, ever. I've bought some stuff in my day, big up DHgate, but I do have a pair of Gucci's that my brother, rest his soul, he did buy me. But other than that, once I like that, even with clothes, like it's so hard for me to shop nowadays because I don't even do fast fashion. But back to luxury stuff. People are learning that they have saved and spent their hard-earned money on products that were made in China, which is not bad. But for these luxury companies who've been saying that, oh, this is made in Europe, designed in Europe, they've been lying to y'all. And I love to see y'all crash out because, oh, you spent your whole check on some Gucci's that were made in China, not even made in Europe. Oh, you spent all that bread on a Fendi bag just for you to find out it's made in the same that is made in the same factory that counterfeit bags are made in, but it's legitly from the... I'm loving the veil being ripped off y'all faces. Materialism, consumerism is bringing down this country so bad. And big up China for ripping the veil off of our faces and realizing that what we really think it is, it ain't. And honestly, I've been trying to say this for years. I actually kind of stopped talking about it. I just went about my own life, not buying luxury items and shit like that. But I'm sorry, but
I'm sorry, you gotta be a different type of delusion to defend designer brands and not believe that they're made in China. I saw this post of this girl being like, oh my god, they're on TikTok believing that Hermes bags are made in China. And the comments were like, girl, yes, they are. And I'd be like, show me an article. Show me an article. And she referenced a video of like Hermes making it in France. In my mind, I'm like, you are the consumer they're looking for. You are the consumer they're looking for. To have the utmost loyalty, even though there's facts in front of your face. I always thought it was quite interesting that people could buy the same things on DHgate and Alibaba, and that there were like so many videos of people comparing the quality. Let's not even get started when Dior was exposed that their bags only cost $50 to make. They sell them for like 10 or 20 times the price. I'm lucky that I grew up knowing luxury has always been a scam, and anything with the label is usually a scam. Now, I'm a big quality person. Some people are like, oh my god, but luxury is about the quality. It's about the quality. Sometimes you can find the same exact quality in a different product without the label. It's like when Pretty Little Things got exposed for using Fruit of the Loom and slapping a PLT. It's really all about marketing.
So Hermes has done an interview, and they took journalists to see their factory where they make the bags, and the factory has 10 people in them, in this factory where they make all their Hermes bags. It's 10 people, and they were saying that the artisans take about 3 years to make a bag. So basically all their bags are being made by 10 people. Like, come on. I mean, come on. We were not born yesterday. Those 10 people are making all your bags that you sell worldwide, and it takes them like months to finish a bag. And you're telling me that these secret factories that suddenly just appeared in France, where there was no stitching, there was no machines, they were just hammering something. Like, how can you make these bags without even machinery or whatever with just 10 people? There's nothing suspicious about the whole thing at all.
Said in like the live commentary, I'm still trying to figure out how to do that, to be honest, so that I just do live commentaries and don't come back with these other short whatever commentaries. I want to be able to do that as the thing plays. Yeah, this level of consumerism and how brands and brand wars have bullied the world into, buying into this consumerism, and how they make people feel bad, and how people do horrible things just to make sure they end up with a brand logo on their bodies, right? Or on the bags or on the shoes and all of that, right? It's just ridiculous. And let's be honest, majority of the influencers that are coming out to say whatever they're saying, they are paid. They are paid to do this. This is what gives them money. So don't fall for this, propaganda from them and all those that are saying, oh, it's different quality and all of that. We all know different levels of quality is produced in companies. That's why you find something that is of $1 and another one is of $2 and another one, just like, even with milk, there's good milk over here where I come from, and then there's that is really not that good, and then there's that which is, just there mediocre. These things are common and these things are normal, but buying into a propaganda that China cannot produce these things, because if you are coming over here saying, it's just different levels of what, it's because you don't want to be lowered to other people. You feel like you are better than them. And the fact that they can hold what you have it is already pressing you and you feel less of a person. That's why people shouldn't let brands and all these, stuff to define you. Let it not be your esteem. Because if without that bag you don't have any self-esteem, you feel like you're not human enough, then the issue is on you. The joke is on you. Other people at least have coped and they're like, you know what, I really don't care if I wear a brand or not. But you've seen quite a number of kids that literally kill themselves simply because they've been bullied. They don't have a Stanley Cup, it's a fake one. Right? And this is the kind of lifestyle that people are supporting. Like whoever is coming out to support this nonsense and they're like, oh, it still is not the same thing. This is what they are supporting. And the thing is, it's because for them, they feel good. They don't care about anybody else. But that's not how life is supposed to be. Life is not supposed to be about you. That level of selfishness to a point where you can't humble yourself, right? To let others exist in peace because you feel like you've made it in life. And so, if you've made it in life with all the Birkins and Hams and all of that and Louis Vuitton, do you pay other people's, bills? Why don't you let people exist in peace? A lot of these people that are literally complaining is the fact that these things are made in China and they are bought into the propaganda that China is a bad country. And it is crazy because none of them has even lived in China to know what life is like. All they are believing is what the West is telling. When has the West ever told something beautiful about other people? They normally market themselves as the best and always smear dirt and poo on other people. I come from Africa. You cannot tell me different. You know how they talk about us when every luxury that they have and they are able to enjoy and all the wealth comes from here, right? And you can teach me different? When they tell you we don't have water, we don't have houses, we swing from tree to tree, all that you have seen about Africa is kids with pop-up stomachs, but is that the reality of Africa, of where I live? When you look at me, are you seeing any flies flying over my mouth? You understand? So all these propagandas, I feel like people should be open-minded enough. And how comes most of these people didn't even have any idea of where the things are sold? Like, they are dumb enough to buy into what these brands are feeding them. When you have clearly seen a lady actually washing a real Louis Vuitton bag and the stuff that were put on there, the washing off. So, I feel like at this point, this is fraud, guys, and I think people should open their minds. But the thing is, of course, there are those that are never ever gonna change their mind. They will always allow themselves because, again, that is their identity. Their identity comes from the brands that they wear, right? But it is fraud for you to produce something that you have produced in a factory for $50 and then you sell it to people for like 20,000 US dollars, ripping normal human beings that struggle, right? You rip people off, right? And then you come and bring all this nonsense and post it on the internet as if the people that you were telling all these things are not like smart enough to see through the lies. Like, when did humanity just go astray to that level of not caring about other people's hard work and the sweats they go through just to make this $12,000 and they are okay just ripping people off, and they are upset that China is exposing them. Now you see a lot of people like they are saying, oh, this is propaganda and all of that. Just like you've been feeding others propaganda, you are now deflecting and trying to project. Anywho, we all need to come to terms and know that all of this luxury and all of that, when one day God calls you back home, yes, you're not going to go with none of it. So stop making people feel horrible simply because they're holding the same thing that looks like what you have. Yeah, and people have been normal and they have been okay actually doing that. But the fact that now China is exposing, they're like, how dare you think you are like us? How dare you think you have enough money like us? Absolutely not. The stitches are off. This. Why are you pressed? The people that are wearing this, they don't have any problem. They know it's not real and they are okay. Then you? What is your problem? Anywho, I think it's just weird for them to be saying all of this weird stuff, and the influencers that are trying to defend all these brands and all of that, knowing that for sure this is just really ripping you off money, and you are trying to sell as many people, hardworking Americans, you're trying to sell, because the thing is, these influencers, they get paid. Meanwhile, you go and work 24/7 and you get stressed just to get a Nike, shoe. You get it? But meanwhile, they get paid for these adverts, and they also get paid to even to hold a bag. They get paid for that. They don't even spend any dollar. But then they really don't care, because at the end of the day, they are going to fool you and you buy. Put your thoughts in the comment section. I think from me for today, that's it. But I think what China is doing is working, and I think they should keep going. Subscribe to the channel if you have not, and like this video if you have not as well. I think from me for today, that's it. I'll see you in another amazing video. Until then, my name is Gracie, and I love all of you. Bye.